Hello, Christy Robbins on the weekly team hangout that we are doing with Team Phoenix here. We might have a few more jumping on, but we will get started with tonight's topic. And I am actually going to do a bit of screen sharing because I've prepared a little opening for us today before we do a small presentation round, and then we go to the discussion of the topic. But let me just go here. And let me see here. So I will start with a small story, a legend, a myth called The Two Wolves. It's a very small story. In the Native American Indian Cherokee wisdom, you might know it, you might have heard it before. It's about an old Cherokee is teaching his grandson about life. A fight is going on inside me, he said to the boy. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. He continued, the other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you, and inside every other person too. The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? The old Cherokee simply replied, the one you feed. So I just thought this story was really good to symbolize the struggle we have within us, that we can have low points, we can have times of the day or periods where we're just low and we seem to lose hope and we seem to be battling with this evil wolf or the darker side of us. And tonight is just a discussion about what we do to handle this struggle, what we do to handle this battle between the two wolves, because we have both of them in us. So it's just to how to get onto the positive, optimistic side when the pessimistic, negative side is conquering us at times. Also with help from people in our lives or someone even close to us. They might be talking us out of our dreams or might not understand us, or yeah, how do we deal with this kind of talk? Because one thing is to hear it from the outside, but also when it goes on in the inside of us. So the agenda today is short presentation round because we have a tendency to go really to just talk and talk, which is great, but if we just tell the others shortly about who we are and what we do, where we live, our name, of course, age would be good. Just a small presentation round, like you were just starting out in school or something. And then how to pick yourself up when at a low point is the topic tonight. And then we have some announcements to make later. I'll end Team Phoenix announcements to come, and we will get to that after the discussion. So I will just get back here to you guys, and we will start the presentation. So Tara, would you like to start?
Hi everybody, this is Tara Woodruff, and I am a member of Team Phoenix and ILN, and I'm super excited to be here. I'm 42 years old, I'm a grandmother, I'm full-time in this business. I don't know, what else is there to say? I'm absolutely honored to be here. I love my team, I love what we're doing and how we're growing together, and enjoy the rest of the hangout, guys.
Where are you from? Where do you live? You live in the
Oh,
US, but
where am I from?
where?
I live in the United States. I grew up in New York, and right now I live in Florida.
Ah, nice.
I
Great.
want to live in Italy.
You want to move to Italy?
Well, every time I see a picture of it, it makes my heart ache, so I think my soul's trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
Tara, we should be neighbours if we're going to move to Italy, because that's where I'd like to
There
live.
we go. We could
Hey,
drink
what?
wine. And
That would be wicked.
anything else you want to know? Christy's froze.
Why don't you move to southern Spain? That's where I'm from. Oh, ah, okay. Just continue. Uh, one of you, Neil. Maybe?
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Neil Broadway. I live in Wimbledon in London. I'm 40. I'm 39, 42 this September. What else? Bex. I met Bex about 8 years ago, who first kind of introduced me to the industry.
Was it 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
8 years.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm really old.
Well, I've been networking about 8 years, so, and you were right at the beginning, so it must be.
Yeah, I think it was about 6 years ago.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Long
matter
time.
about the years, yeah. Sorry, carry on, Neil.
Yeah. So what have I got to say?
Where do you live in the UK?
Wimbledon.
Oh, Wimbledon. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I live with my partner, who's a priest.
Nice.
So we're the talk of the village.
Great. People have to have something to talk about.
Yeah. Well, while they're talking about us, someone else is being kept safe.
Yeah. Well, the sacrifices, if you can say that. Yeah, great. Sneak out of the discussion, the presentation round by jumping off, but if she can go next, if she's there, or maybe not getting it
I'm
to.
here, but can you hear me at all?
Yeah, it's a bit low.
Yeah, well, my Mac machine, it's how do you say, it's stuck. So I try to get on my iPhone now. I can
It works.
can see you all in very small pictures, but I don't think the sound is quite good.
The sound is better now. Yeah.
Okay. So I have no idea where we were because like the last 3 minutes I wasn't online.
No, and we were presenting ourselves, just a bit about our name, where we're from, our age, what we like to do, something cool or something.
Okay, actually I always did sneak out in those moments. No.
Yeah, but can you still do a little bit? What did you do, Sarah? Okay, we lost sound from Nina. Okay, so we'll go on to Keith.
Hey guys, I'm Keith Claridge from the UK. I live in a little town called Nuneaton, which is in Warwickshire. My age, do you really want to know? Sometimes I feel 25, sometimes I feel 65. So I ain't telling you. You can work it all out. And I love being a part of Team Phoenix. The energy, I tell you what, the energy in the last 2 weeks has just absolutely gone amazing, hasn't it? So it's a really good place to be. One of the things I've noticed, I'm in a talkative mood tonight. One of the things I've noticed about working online, it can get very, very lonely. And it's good to get a good community around you. And that's what Team Phoenix brings to the table. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that in because it was like,
Yeah.
I just noticed over the last couple of weeks, things are rocking in our group, and it's good. It's a good place to be.
Totally. And Keith, you live in the UK as well, but where
Yeah.
about?
In Nuneaton, little town in the Midlands, not far from Birmingham.
Okay.
It's boring, but at the same
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to say before, I was presenting myself, but it seems like I froze. Is that I come from Denmark, and I have lived many places in the world, in Florida, Guatemala, the UK for 9 months actually, in Spalding, Lincolnshire. Uh, and yeah, I just like to travel. I like to experience different cultures, and now I have settled down in Spain. I can say settled. I'm still trying to settle, but I really want to stay here because I just love the climate and the sun. It just brings joy and energy to my life to be in the sun. So as you have probably noticed, I have been very energetic. So you can all come and move down to me if you want to. I know a lot of vacation homes to rent out to you guys.
You should buy like a massive mansion, and we'll all come
Oh,
and rent a bedroom from you. They've all got to have like en suites and that, and we'll all
yeah,
come and live together.
we'll start
Big
managing.
house.
Found a good one with 12 bedrooms, so that could be our
That'd be
Team Phoenix
cool.
crib.
It could be like Team Phoenix house.
Yeah, totally. We will make that happen. Yes. Well, Bex or Bexy, whatever you want to be called. If we unmute you, I just muted you before, uh, but if you want to try to unmute you and then talk about you.
Is that
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I first came into the industry about 5-6 years ago. Obviously, Neil will say 8, but I think it was about 6 years ago, but that's irrelevant. But yeah, it was through just looking for a work from home business, and I started an MLM company, a big one, and it sort of opened my eyes up to the whole industry. But as I sort of got into it, I didn't really like the whole way of having to get out there and pester friends and family and convince everyone who you speak to, like wherever you go, just go on about the product that you're selling. And so that sort of led me into looking on Google, and I saw all these different ways of attraction marketing, building your own website, and getting people to join your business. Instead of like you sort of pestering them, they would be coming to you. So that led to an online business, which was Your Net Biz, and I was in that for about 7 months, and I learned a lot. But it was definitely which a lot of other people have sort of said that was in it, that you were completely on your own. So so yeah, that kind of, a few of us got together, and there was another business opportunity, and that was all really good. But the actual business itself had quite a lot of flaws in. So I did learn so much, and just loved the whole sort of law of attraction and the whole mindset and that kind of route that it opened up. And just like the personal growth, which I've always been into personal development and whatnot. So, so yeah, and then I ended up having my twins, Caitlin and Franklin. They'll be 3 in July. So once I sort of had them, all my focus and time went on to them, and I kind of switched off from online. I still kind of went back to it. I built my my partner's Groundworks website, so I still sort of dabbled about here and there and stayed connected with a few marketing friends. And then over the last year, I've kind of like kept going back into it, having a little look at home businesses and what was going on. And then obviously 3 weeks ago, Christie's messaged me, and usually I don't jump into anything. I'll take my time, just really do some thorough research. But she basically just sent me the link to the Google Hangout, and I just noticed like how brilliant and down to earth that everyone was, and that was the first thing that really kind of grabbed me into it. And then she added me into Team Phoenix, and I just absolutely loved the vibe and how much value and knowledge and support that everyone was giving out in there. And then yeah, I've just loved it ever since. I still haven't gone through all the ILN training on the apprentice level because it's just, yeah, I'm just loving it. I think the people are absolutely amazing, the company, the business, and yeah, I just can't wait to sort of see how the months go on with it. I hope you've been able to hear me.
Yeah. And well, ILM definitely is a breakthrough company. It has been for a lot of us. So it's really, of course, some of you have a lot of experience, as you said. But it's just, yeah, we just, it's about, as you also said, Neil, that you heard Mark Kovesen say about promoting something that you really feel proud of, and
yeah,
and you people can sense that. People can sense when you're proud of what you're selling or promoting, and they can just sense your enthusiasm. So that's what we're all about.
Yeah,
here.
and I think that just really happens at such a quick.
Oh, we are having some internet problems today, as usual. Jump back on. We have to keep this short, guys. It was a short presentation. Topic, so not well. It's good to hear the new people and how got into it. So we'll just hear from Karen, just your background, or not a whole background, but just where you live. Your name is Karen, but what you do, and just a little bit about you. Okay.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Hi, Karen.
Yeah.
Hi. As Christy says, my name's Karen Spence, and I'm based in central Scotland, in the UK. I've been in ILN since the end of January, I think it was, and it was Christy that I joined up under. I actually run my own pet supplies business as well, so I do that full time, 6 days a week. But I mean, hopefully my main aim at the end of it is basically to try and get someone to actually run the business so that I can actually concentrate on doing my internet lifestyle network part of things, and then obviously living the internet lifestyle dream. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. And should we just have Nina end the presentation round, and then we'll get on with the topic? If you have more to say, Nina.
Hi again. Another try.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Nina Maria, and I'm based in Germany, close to Düsseldorf. And I just joined ILN, I think, 2.5 or 3 weeks ago. I'm just still trying to get into, to develop a routine to get more into, how do I say, watch the videos and try to start with the learning and stuff. And obviously having problems to talk today. Sorry for that. My age is 41. I just discovered today because a couple of weeks ago I told everyone I was 42, and then I thought, oh, hang on, I'm only 41. I've got 1 more year to go. So, yeah. So I just joined, and I'm curious what's coming up.
Great. Nice to have you on here. Yeah, just the whole fun thing to deal with. Your topic: how to pick yourself up when you're at a low point. If we each describe one method that we can use when we are at a low point. And as I talked about before, it's also about the whole inner dialogue, that we can have a negative dialogue, we can have a positive dialogue, we can be influenced by other people both ways. So how do we and it's about building this business, this success mindset, and for that we need to be more in the positive, more in the hopeful, the dreaming, but still realistic, of course, living our lives, but having visions and not letting anything stop us. So how do we come over there when we're in the other side of the road and really just don't have any hope, don't think we can achieve it, or start to believe what other people say that we will never achieve it and stuff like that. So if we take just if you think about one method that usually helps you, and we can of course try to see if we can have different methods, and then we can also make, as Karen suggested, a document in the team files where we can sort of go through and write. We can all write in the shared document, so we can just add our own method. And if it's yeah, I won't say anything because we will have to hear what you guys say. So if Tara starts out with what she has.
Well, hello again. Can you see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The one thing that I find, because I know it's crazy, it sounds crazy, but I do have downtime. I do have times where I get upset. I even feel kind of depressed sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot, and it's a lot less often than it used to be. But one thing that I do right now when I find myself in a funk, I talk about it with someone I can trust. And then I lay off. I just lay off. I give myself some time. I get off the internet. I stay focused on things at home. And by the time the next morning comes, it's turned around for me. That takes practice, but that seems to be the way I deal with hard times right now, is that. Otherwise, well, I'm sure you'll hear the other things. But that's the thing. Take time for yourself. Just give yourself a break once in a while. We work really hard.
Great. And yes, I think every person in the world has downtime. It's not. I think it's really normal to be depressed at times too. Because we can be energetic, we can be positive, but I think it's the duality of being a human. So that's why we're discussing this. So Nina, is it better that we call you Nina Maria? Because then we'll just.
Well, actually, I've been trying to introduce my complete name for quite a while now, but most people just fall back to Nina because it's easier, I think. But actually, I prefer to be called Nina Maria, yes.
Okay, nice to know. We'll do that. So what's your one method? Or most
when I have downtime?
Yeah.
What always helps me is going out in nature. I'm an absolute person of nature. I grew up in the countryside, so I used to spend my childhood days outside in the fields or in the forest the whole day. And yeah, well, obviously that's still my favorite. I say mode because as soon as I go into the forest, I just relax, I just chill. Even if I still have thoughts in my head, they become more tranquil and I can think about them and eventually let them go. And I always come back lots more relaxed. So that for me is the ultimate thing. If I don't feel good, if I'm stressed or if I'm just down, I just have to go somewhere where there are preferably no people at all and just lots of trees around me. That's just my perfect place to be.
Great. Yeah. To know people. I'm actually writing this down, all of this, just note form, so we can keep it as
cool
future references to get ideas. Yeah, thank you, Nina Maria. And Neil, if Neil is ready. Yeah, Jacob couldn't attend, Tara. Jacob had other business, and yeah.
I think one thing that I do. So I've always kind of worked in the healthcare industry, so I've always kind of used to working with people that are really vulnerable and have got their situations are just tragic. So I kind of try and, when I'm having a really low day and a really kind of feeling a bit sorry for myself and I'm struggling, I just try to think about what I do have rather than what I don't have, because I think it's very easy when we're having those downtimes to just kind of get stuck in that negative thinking, and we just focus on all the negative stuff. I haven't got this, I haven't got that. So I try to think of what I have got and try to think about solutions, really, because I'm quite solution focused, because that was a big part of my training. So it was, when there's a problem, okay, if you focus on the problem, it's not going to get sorted, but if you concentrate on the solution, it's going to help you kind of move forward. So kind of that's what I do.
That is great. I feel that now I should share my method because it's really very well related to this one. Because you focus on what you have instead of what you don't have. I've been practicing with gratitude challenges. Actually, reading The Magic by Rhonda Burns, the author of The Secret and the whole series. And in the fall for 40, in the spring for 40 days, and just every day a small 3 pages and to focus on different exercises within different areas of your life, and it's really, I would say that gratitude is naturally a great actually. So come down in a hole many times. I tend to focus. I have this and complete depressed.
Christy, we're losing you big time.
So, you didn't hear the last one? What did you hear the last thing?
About a minute ago. 45 seconds to a minute ago.
Okay. Okay. If you hear me now, or I'll say that I tend to focus on that I'm here now and I should be here, and then I get depressed because I focus on space in between and I focus on everything I don't have, and this is good. Exercises have been very helpful for me to go through and actually we'll be back. Are we back?
That's better. You seem to have come back better.
Okay. Yeah, so I won't say too much, but yeah, gratitude exercises to focus on what you have instead of you don't have, and then just working your way up. That is my method. Keith?
Well, this subject is quite close to my heart because when I seen what you were doing, like the subject you chose, like most people, some people here will know that I suffered with depression for about 7 years, and for about 5 of those years I was untreated. So I can share a lot on this topic. But the one thing I would say is, one thing I want to share is the fact that when people are kind of feeling down, when you're feeling down, there can be that massive kind of sense of being really overwhelmed. You know, and I think you touched upon it earlier, Christy. It's like, oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to reach my goals, and everything's too much. And how do I? And one thing I would say to people is if you get into that place where you're kind of feeling down and you're feeling overwhelmed, is just to focus on the next hour. So it's like, what do I want to accomplish? What's that one thing that I want to do in the next hour? And that way you kind of bring everything to the moment you're living in. You're forgetting completely about the future and just focusing on that one simple thing. And it could be something very, very simple, but it's just bringing your focus in and kind of on that moment, forgetting about what's going to happen, later on that day, forgetting about the stresses, forgetting about next week, next month, next year, just bringing it down to what do I want to accomplish in this 1 hour.
Very powerful, yes, because as I was trying to say before my internet ran up and down, was that it's because I think about the future. I think about what I want in the future, and it seems so far away, and then I become stressed about that or depressed about that. So if you get that low point, you just focus on the next hour. That's very powerful advice. Thank you.
Can I suggest a book? Can I recommend a book?
Yeah, totally. And we'll write everything we want in a
the book
document.
I highly recommend, and it's to do with kind of thinking that doing small things every day gets you close to your goal, whether it be in the area of wealth, health, happiness, relationships, etc., etc. It's called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And I would absolutely, if there's people watching this that haven't read it, it's the next book that you have to buy, because it will change your life, and you will see silly little things that you do every day that you think, well, this doesn't matter, but you will see as you read the book that it matters. For example, I am in a talkative mood, sorry, Christy. For example, right, you might think, right, I need to get more healthier, so I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to drink a glass of water. And you might think that's a really silly little thing to do. You might think it's a really little silly thing to do, but over time you're going to change your health through doing lots of silly little things. So.
Great. What was the author's name again?
It's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's about, I don't know, in English money, in sterling, it's about £6 on Kindle. So, and it's brilliant.
Great. And I'm still taking notes, so I'll put it in the document, and you can just add additional notes. Karen, yes. What is your favorite method for getting you out of that low point? Just unmute it. Can you unmute yourself? It's up in the top. Or maybe something is happening. Oh. That was it. It's the microphone. You should. Something is happening, Karen's. Okay, but we will return to Bexy. Bex, what do you want to be called, and what is your method?
Is that it?
Are we here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
we can.
and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one of the main things that helps me when I'm feeling a bit low or got the inner voice putting yourself down and things going on in your life that aren't going too well, I try to just completely I've done work on this for a good few years, because I used to for about 10 years I had really bad anxiety and depression and whatnot, and then it was only until I saw a CBT, cognitive behavioural therapist, and started to really change my life through different methods, but that was the main method that really helped me. And it was really sort of living in the now and not focusing on what is going on in your head. And this obviously takes a bit of work, but I used to live in the past, try to change events in the past, which obviously they can never be changed. Used to worry about things coming up in the future. That's why I wouldn't end up doing things, because I'm creating a worry, and the whole fear and flight, whatnot scenario would be going on. So and then you're beating yourself up about not doing things. And yeah, just through all the self-development books over the last 6 years, and yeah, it's just helped so much on really focusing on the now. And I think that once you start putting all them positive words and thoughts into your head, they just push the negative. They're so much stronger than the negative thoughts, so they get pushed out of the way. And yeah, and obviously get onto Team Phoenix. Get on there if you're feeling a bit low. That's always a big pick me up at the minute. So and yeah, and like how Nina said, going outside, going for a stroll, focusing on what's around you, the world that we live in, the amazing things that are in my life, and just really focusing on that. And also, the same as what Tara said, is talking to someone, not being on your own, not sort of letting all them negative thoughts go on, and they end up creating more negative thoughts. So as soon as you do get on the phone or go and visit a friend, that's always been the best way for me. So
definitely. If I can just pick up on something you said about going to the Team Phoenix group, I think that is, the whole thing about seeking support. I'm actually not gonna say too much because we still have Karen and Rahayu who can talk. If Karen can unmute herself or not, I don't know if something has gone wrong. With Karen's. We can't see or hear her, but if we go to Rahayu from Indonesia, where it's usually 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning right now, and Rahayu is very good at jumping on anyway. Rahayu, we're just going through what method do we use to get from a low point to a high point in our mood. When we are low and negative and pessimistic, how do we get ourselves up from that? Do you have
Okay. For my experience, I learned from myself. Learning about to handle yourself, like emotion or something like that, is very easy. I've been learning how to handle try to not getting mad so easily, because if I work so hard or too much and I don't like focus on something, and then get exhausted, and then I forget, I start like whining or not focusing, doing things, like getting mad so easily. That is actually that's really need to control on that part. That way, when you are know what your body wanted, you can just stop doing it, and then start focusing on, okay, what I need in my body. Maybe you got hungry, you don't realize because you work too hard, so you have to just stop in there and then eat and take a breath and then relax a little bit and then start going again. Because sometimes I handle and talk to people a lot, because they don't know that I am like tired or exhausted from working, not sleeping enough, or things like that. So people don't know about that. So I become like mad to them, but trying to control to myself, like, okay, I better tell them, okay, I'm tired, I'm talk again later, and then take care of myself first, and then go back, and then should be fine after that. So some people don't realize that taking care of yourself first, that helps you a lot to get going with your your work or whatever you want to do with your job. So
totally, that's a very good point, because if our basic needs aren't met, if our blood sugar is down because we haven't eaten, or if we're tired, we haven't slept enough, then yes, then our mood can just easily drop very quickly and very low because our body is working on something else. So yeah, a really good point to tend to our basic needs first, and then be aware of our mood and what our body needs, and
Yeah.
then we can work up from there. Yeah.
Christy, can I
Yeah, about what's your mood, how, and
Oh, did we lose her?
I was
Oh,
I was
that,
I don't know
yeah.
whether I don't know whether we've lost Rahul. Can I just add something at this point, talking about kind of like diet and things?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I'll tell you why. I was about 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. I was feeling really rough, and I was trying to work out what was wrong with me because I was like really tired all the time, and I was struggling to kind of get motivated. And I thought actually I was diabetic at the time, but I'm a vegetarian. And I realised, I went for my diabetes test at the doctor's, and I actually realised that I was, and as I thought about it, and I started Googling to find out kind of what was going on, and I kind of realised that I was protein deficient. I actually, the way I was structuring my meals, I wasn't eating enough protein. So I kind of was able to kind of up my protein, and I started to feel better. And the reason I'm sharing this, get to the point, is the fact that what we eat and the nutrients we take into our body will absolutely affect our emotions and absolutely affect our mental state. And if we're not looking after our mental state, if we're not looking after our physical state, our emotional state and our mental state will suffer. So if we want to stay in a positive frame of mind, if we want to stay kind of in a good mood, it's very important for us to be eating kind of the right kind of foods.
Yes, totally. And of course, all of you can just feel free to jump in now. We still have to see if Rahayu can finish what she was saying. We got her method and understood it well. And then we have Karen as well.
Hi everyone, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Good. Yeah, I don't know what happened then. With me, I mean, when I'm in a downer mood, the thing that I tend to do is get away from the computer if I can, have a bit of time to myself, grab the dog and take the dog for a walk out in the fresh air. That tends to clear my mind a bit, and then hopefully if there was any queries or anything that I was trying to deal with, is rectify them when I come back on a fresh mind. And then obviously watching some motivational videos on YouTube as well.
Great. Yeah. And now you're talking about motivation.
I want to know who everyone's favorite motivational place is to go if they get down.
And I actually some books, but none of you mentioned any music. Well, that was another thing. But so if we take just some input about motivational speakers, what do you like to watch, and do you have any music that could get you up from that low point? And we'll not do a round, but you can just chime in and see who wants to speak.
I got one.
I'm with Keith when it comes to Jeff Olson.
Jeff Olson. Oh, yeah.
I was really anti any motivational speakers and mindset. I just thought it was a load of old topple. I really did, and I find reading really difficult. So that's probably more of the issue. And I started reading Jeff Olson, The Slight Edge. And I had the audio book as well, because that was easy to me, and it just it just changed my life, because it's not just a book about building business. You can apply it in absolutely anything, your relationships, your health, your wealth, your business, and that's what I liked about it. It wasn't, because many books, it's very in the direction of kind of making money, but this is very generalized, and
Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
I'll have to check that one out. Yeah, yeah, and it's different if we want to read something or if we want to listen to something motivational. And there's a bunch of YouTube videos, and what I like with YouTube videos is that you can hear it while doing the dishes or cleaning the house or whatever. And yeah, Tara was next in line to speak.
I would love to say something. First thing, I think that all of us, we try to separate ourselves from our business when our business is everything. Our whole life is our business. Everything about us is, like when people say mind your own business, they're talking about you, you know, like, so I wish that we could open ourselves up to that a little bit, because all business books are self-help books. That's all they are. But my favorite thing when I'm down, the voice that I like to hear, Abe Hicks. Esther Hicks has the most beautiful voice in the world. I swear to God, it'll lift anybody's mood, even if you don't like anything she's saying.
Yeah. True.
Abraham Hicks.
Abraham Hicks, it's on the list now, and you can add more. Great. My favorite is Anthony Robbins.
Yeah.
We went to me and Nina met at the London event here in March, I think it was, and it was just spectacular. And I just love hearing his voice. It's so distinct and so powerful and so energetic, and it's just the whole future, or not future, but yeah, more like focusing now on how you get to the future, which is what I want to learn. So yeah. Definitely. And Bex, do you want to share something?
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you, Christy, before you sort of said that. It's definitely Anthony Robbins that I've watched on YouTube and his stories, and where he does these live events, and he works his magic on turning someone's life around just from in the audience. It's just, I just end up crying watching it. It's just so inspiring. Yeah, it's amazing. I know he uses NLP techniques, but yeah, that would be quite cool to do what he does, just completely turn someone's life around within a half-hour chat with them. It's pretty incredible. So yeah, I love watching them kind of stories. They're uplifting, and obviously putting on some uplifting music as well on YouTube while I'm doing the hoovering and running around after the kids. That's always, yeah, it's good. But yeah, definitely Anthony Robbins.
Great, yeah. Anyone else just now?
I would like to add something about Anthony Robbins, because I read one of his books 2 years ago, and I would easily credit Anthony Robbins to the fact that he probably saved my life, because what I learned from him is the fact that how I feel, I don't have to kind of like what's the word? The word's gone. Dwell in it. I don't have to kind of like just sit in it. I can actually choose to feel a different way. Succumb to it. Yeah, that's it. Succumb to it, Tara. Thank you. I don't, you know what I mean? Like me, I'm very much a heart person. So kind of what I feel is what I feel. But like when I read Anthony Robbins' book, he was like saying, well, actually, you can choose how you feel. So a lot of people know the fact that how we feel, our body kind of shows how we feel through our body language. You can see how we feel mentally by how we use our bodies. But one of the big things I took away from Anthony Robbins is the fact that it works the other way around. So if you want to feel in a better state and a better frame of mind, by adopting that body language, by adopting that body pose, you can actually trick your mind into feeling better. So even for an example, you can be feeling really, really naff about yourself and really bad. You could be feeling down, but if you smile and you hold that smile, you're kind of tricking your mind into feeling better. One of the things I love to do is I will walk down the street and I will just smile, or I'll sit in my front room and I'll just smile. And it actually, it might sound silly to people who've never tried it, but you do that, you smile and you kind of force that smile, and your body tricks your mind, and you start feeling happier. And that was the one thing I say. If I ever meet Tony Robbins, I will say that he saved my life. He probably saved me from actually killing myself and committing suicide. That's how much I respect his books and what he says.
Yeah, he has such great knowledge. And what I like about him is that he, like other successful people, have just studied his whole life. He's just studied successful people in different areas, business, relationships, and health, and he's just a study nerd, and that's why he has such great success. And that's what Mark Hoverson did with business and the marketing world. So it's just, that's the way forward, to study, observe what others do, that you, when they have something you want, then just study them really intensely and try it out for yourselves. Get over that limit and just do what they do as well as you can. So I would say that is a formula for getting closer yourself. Karen, you're unmuted, so I don't know if you want to say something. Or
No, I think it's just agreeing with everyone else on Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple of ebooks from him and everything, and obviously a lot of the videos on YouTube. Yeah.
Mm.
Very inspiring.
Great. Yeah, great. And we can always, I'll put this shared document out, and we can always just add if we think of anything else, and make a whole book list or whatever that we should, that changed our lives, or people that changed our lives. Of course, there's Oprah and Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle, and there's a lot of people out there that have a lot
Mark Hoverson.
Mark Hoverson.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Can I just add something?
That's the whole mindset, success mindset, how to get to that success mindset and not hold yourself down. That's also what they've studied with besides marketing, of course. But yeah, climb the ladder, sort of. Raha?
Neil, did you want to share something?
Yeah, it was just something Beck said about the NLP thing. Because I did a little bit of it a few years ago, and it's around the word try. If you say to yourself, "Oh, well, I did that. I tried that," you're kind of not giving yourself. You're not holding any responsibility to yourself, because you can say, "Oh, well, I tried that and it didn't work." So I think sometimes it's good to avoid saying things like, "Oh, I'll try it." Don't try it. Do it.
Definitely. I would say think about your language in general, because we can have such a negative language that really focuses on the negative versions of things. And just by restructuring it a bit, we can actually get into a positive language instead, and that focuses on the positive. So it's just a matter of, if we're brought up with a negative way of thinking and speaking and behaving, and then that's what we've learned. But we can unlearn it. We can or deprogram ourselves again. That's what we do by listening to successful motivators and successful people, and just learned, and how we can learn that as well, to restructure our brain, sort of. So it's really powerful stuff.
It's also about challenging your core beliefs.
Yeah.
Core beliefs are massive, because if you tell yourself enough that you can't do anything, or you're really negative, and other people around you in your upbringing tell you, you actually believe it. So sometimes just getting into a space where you actually challenge those beliefs, because most of the time it's just nonsense. And if you actually look at what that belief is, you just think, oh my God, that's just nonsense, because I'm not pathetic, I'm not worthless, I'm not whatever. So that's a really good exercise to do.
Neil, you've just touched on what Jacob and I have been thinking over, and I did a video on it the other day, and he shared something about I am statements, being seriously powerful. When we talk about, I mean, the other day I said something really silly. I actually put it on Facebook, And I said to myself, I says, I'm going crazy in my old age. And I caught myself because I was like, man, I'm speaking some seriously bad stuff over my life. You know what I mean? Because we say it jokingly, sometimes, you know, you're going to do something a bit silly. Oh man, I'm going crazy in my old age. The thing is, you say that enough times, and you're kind of, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's your I statements, isn't it? It's your I statements. I feel, I think, I am. Not you know. Because it's more responsibility to it, so you own what you're saying by I. That's what I have learned through quite a lot of therapy.
One of the things I've started to say is rather than I am, it's kind of like I feel. Because, you know, you can detach yourself from your feelings. And the other one I've started to use is at this particular moment in time and space, I think or I feel. Because that way then you're not kind of making just a, you know, this grandiose statement about yourself, but you're bringing it down to, in this moment, in this time, in this space, I am angry or I am unhappy or I am whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if we can just take, I can't remember if Nina Maria has talked about her. No, I don't think so. And if we take Rahayu first, who were about your motivational, inspirational people, you can unmute yourself.
Well, I think
just like
it's Anthony Robbins here as well, as you might have guessed probably.
What?
Well, as you might have guessed, it's Anthony Robbins as well. I mean, we met there in March, so I wrote in the chat window that I'm just working with this program, creating lasting change, and he's actually going through the things like Keith just said them about physiology and everything. You know, how you can influence your mood just by the way you speak, by the way you hold your body, by the way you breathe, and so forth. And I really love that program. I'm listening to it when I go to work and when I go back, and I just love it. I have to go through the workbook yet, but it's a great program, and yeah, absolutely. I would love to go to more of his events this year, but I have to sort that out financially before, but it's on the agenda.
Definitely. We're working on that.
Exactly.
So, if we hear Rahayu's to end this discussion, and then I have a few more points before we end it all. So
for me, I like when you know, give comment with people, you know, when they feel like feeling down, they said, oh, okay, I'm this, I'm that. No, I start talking to them, you know, like give them support. Yes, you can. Yes, you can this. Yes, you can that. Well, that's one of the reasons why we have like masterminded trainings and stuff. That's to make your, you know, more stronger. You know, you can. Everybody can do it. So that's I towards them to, you know, make them feel, you know, okay, instead of going down, you know, lift them up. So I usually, you know, talk to them, see what their response is, what they want, and then start asking, start explaining what the mastermind is all about, and then, you know, our team, you know, that's why, yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
But do you have any videos or speakers that
the video. For now, I'm actually more focusing on actually focusing more writing for the blogs. You know, from the Hangout last time, the Angie Long. So I'm not doing any video or something like that yet. So because you know, this one thing I haven't done, so I can't finish other things, like move to something else. So I'm focusing reading the I forgot the name of the book, you know, about how to like hypnotic people. that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, how to hypnotic words, how to use the hypnotic words to marketing your business.
Okay, so
That's what I'm learning right now. So
yeah, so
I didn't do anything. Yeah.
you're mostly focusing on marketing. Yeah, we're talking about to get you up in mood. Yeah, the motivational speakers that can really inspire you.
For me to get me more in the mood right now, it's like focusing, trying to be happy, like doing normal life, you know, just talking to people who want to talk to me and answer them, and then doing. I feel good lately. I feel good because done in this and then to the next level. Like I'm ready, like already just enjoy every single what I'm doing. Just enjoy it. The only thing I have to control myself. That's one thing. I cannot get too tired. I have to enough sleep. I have to enough eating. I have to enough rest. Something like that. That's it. So I'm good. Internet. I have internet going. I have everything just so excited for me. So that's it. So the only thing just keep going, and then nothing is particular on the way right now. So
Good. Well,
yeah.
thank
Just
you for that.
try to.
And we had some announcements, and Tara's on here as well. And I will just make sure we're all muted, because then I'll show you my screen just to announce what we're doing. And it's something we're starting up here from Monday as a part of our service to Team Phoenix mostly, but it's basically, yeah, I caught myself in a good time there. It's a Q&A session we're going to do every Monday at 8 p.m. London time, the same as we started here today. So it's basically a more safe haven for new people to feel safe to ask questions. But what we would like to, and it's me and Tara that is going to host it mostly, and we can do it like this team hangout that we can allow a few people on, but we would like for people to write to us with your question or questions before Sunday. Yeah, I wrote noon because that's a night in Europe, but just so that we have some time to prepare. And I wrote the email address, and I'll also write the address for this this page. And then, of course, if you direct people that are not in ILN, you can also direct them to this to find out how it works, and they can. This is a neutral page, so by clicking here, they will just go to the Team Phoenix group, and we can add them there, and they can sort of find their sponsor or mentor there. And the fact is just the ILN homepage, also neutral. So it's just that they can look around if they come across this. But we start on Monday, so if you have any questions, anything, you can watch the video here too, where I talk about what it's about. Because of course it's not like training, but it's more like for the system. If you're in doubt of anything, you can ask, and we can try and find the solution, or try and find the place to look, or the course to watch, or something. It's using the ILN system for your questions, and yeah, and of course whatever marketing and mindset knowledge we have. So I'll post the link, and we'll get started this Monday. So from now, it's mostly meant to be people or people that are in doubt of anything. You can still have doubt many months in or many years in maybe. So it's just for people who want to connect about questions. So that was one thing. Then I actually have another little thing that I put together. I thought we should have a small contest. And that's just, it's not like a big competition or anything that we have going. It's just because I'm studying copywriting right now. It's the way to write your own email in a good language that awakens the curiosity of your people, and it's descriptive. It's how to write about the content and experience of attending this hangout tonight. Just the topic that we had here, and if you would promote this hangout, what would you write in an email, for example, to your people, prospects? And then, as it is a small contest, you can send it to this email before Sunday, and then we will announce a winner on the Monday Q&A hangout. So it's just for you to practice copywriting, practice speaking in a marketing language, or speaking to your prospects so that they would want to come and look at this hangout. Really make it fun and interesting, awaken their curiosity about this hangout, about this topic. A contest that we will do this week, and let's see if I can find my way back here. So I will post it all in the group. But are we all good? Everything all right?
Question.
All people well? Have you learned something?
So that one is your email forward for people, or so they want to register, or what? The one that you just explained.
The contest. I will put it. I will put it in the Team Phoenix group more with the text.
Oh, okay.
It's well, you can send it out to people if you want to write it on Facebook or send it out to your email list. But it's just if you want to be in the competition, you can send it to that email address that I will post, and then I'll try to pick the best written email that really promotes this hangout in the best possible way, so that people really want to see it. So it's just a small exercise in writing for your prospects. Sounds good? And we're all aboard?
Awesome.
Yes. If anything last words for tonight before we close all? Tara, maybe, my co-host, would you want to say something?
I was just going to say, this was a great hangout, and I love that contest, Christy. That's a great idea. Exercising our skills, for sure. And I look forward to Mondays. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We need that. And yeah, we need to help each other as much as we can. And writing emails or writing, promoting text is one of the skills that we have to practice. So
that's right.
That would be good.
Awesome.
Can I just quickly add something? It's just to say this is to Christy, Keith, and Tara, and also Jacob, but he's not here. It's just that your leadership skills are just amazing. Never experienced anything like it. You know, I've been jittery for a few weeks, but I'm just kind of starting to feel really, really comfortable, and it's all because of Team Phoenix. So I just want to thank you, because I think thanks doesn't get said enough much in society, because we only hear about when things are rubbish and when things go wrong. We never hear when you do something right. So I just really wanted to extend my gratitude, really. So without being all gooey.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And of course, if you're watching this and you want to join or experience the Team Phoenix group and ILN, you you can join the Team Phoenix group for a few days to look around and think you're a sponsor and mentor. And you can also join the Island for 7 days for free. You can actually get an insight to the whole university that we get our courses and our knowledge and wisdom from. So you can just find us with the links below this video and then get started. Check it out. And with a final notion on, because I mentioned music, because none of you actually mentioned music. I have the final thing to end this hangout is that I want to play a piece of music as we go out, or a postludium, I think it's called in the church. Because I have like a playlist with success songs, songs that really speak to my success mindset. There's a Millionaire Mind song. There's a what is it? Shine bright like a diamond and roar like the tiger and everything. All these good songs that really are energetic and they get me up in the success mood and really just getting my energy out there, knowing that I just have to open up and be out there. So I have this playlist on YouTube called Success Songs, and I keep adding to them. So as we're leaving this hangout, I will just show you, or not show you, but let you listen to my favorite, and you probably know it already.
I have an idea.
Yeah, please say before I start it. Yeah, what is your idea?
I can't hear you at the moment. I see your lips moving, but
Who were talking before? Me? Or what? Is it me you can't hear, or what?
It's you.
You can't hear me? Oh. Okay, so you probably can't hear my music then, or what? Can you hear me now?
Can hear you, but no music.
Oh, okay. I'll play the music. There's an advertisement first, but I'll skip it. And now. So, thank you for tonight, and thank you for joining. Thank you for participating in this great topic. And we will end with this great song that you all know. What I'm about to say. Can you hear it? Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Okay, happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that. Give me all you got, don't hold it back. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is too. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel
like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want.
Woohoo! Thanks, Bird.
Well done. Thank you.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Night, night.